Beautiful Ericsson Stadium, one of the most picturesque and workable stadiums in the NFL. On the field, it's 102 degrees. The wind, not much of a factor as Ryan Longwell lines a kickoff to Michael Bates. And Bates is one of the best. Just shy of the 30. The ball was loose, but I think he was down. Keith McKenzie comes in his place. Actually, Holiday moves inside. McKenzie replaces him. The pass caught by Wesley Wall.
He blitzes from the weak side.
Here's the veteran Fritz Shermer. None better. That's Fred Lane. Push out of bounds, but good yardage down at the Packer 25.
Move in the pocket a little.
Anthony Johnson is now the lone back behind Collins as he drops. Batted down again. Ooh. Again, it's Vonnie Holiday.
If it weren't for Vonnie Holiday, he had Mark Carrier on a cross wide open. That's a completion and a first down.
Left-footed John Casey will try from 42 yards out. He hasn't had a field goal all year. Now he does. Three wide receivers, and Favre will throw it on first down, and does. Pass is picked off. Favre's first pass intercepted by Jeff Brady, who was a Packer at one time, on a flag on the play.
The Panthers have only had him on the team 2 weeks.
Yeah. Third down. Here's Collins dropping. In the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown to Ismail. Flag on the play. Let's see what happened. Hold everything. The Panthers continue to celebrate, so it must be against Green Bay.
Gary Collins just buys a little time, and he's going to find him. You see Ismail comes up here. He starts to run the corner, then he goes to the post, and he just gets right back.
He's playing a wide receiver spot. Normally he's a tight end.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the Packers want to do, is sneak Tyrone Davis in those situations.
Favre. Caught by Brooks. Green Bay just inside their own 40. Blitz coming. Favre gets it. Reads it. Henderson breaks one tackle and comes near a first down. Thielen is back. Here comes another blitz. Favre reads this one. And Brooks makes the catch for a Packer first down.
Or especially if he's a corner.
Yeah.
Because you can work on him there.
Screen pass. Raymond Harris. First down, Green Bay. Inside the Panther 30.
Raymond Harris had just taken himself out after that last run.
His shoe came off. Blair. This is Chimura. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, that's that second quarter, and that adrenaline, instead of going high, it just goes through things. He sees his favorite receiver, Mark Chimura, down there, and he just...
Barrow is right with him. Longwell's extra point is no good. They missed the extra point. It's 10-6. That's his first miss. If you don't believe me, look on his own.
Well, you know, that's
he knows who he is.
Well, you know, it's a good thing. You could, you know, if you ever lose it,
yeah.
If you ever leave it like, you know, checked in a courtroom or something, you know whose arm it is.
And where it is. Collins. That's incomplete. Wesley Walls, I believe. Collins. Incomplete. Brett Favre has first down for the Packers at their own 18-yard line. He drops to throw. The blitz coming. He gets it to Henderson. He just waited until Henderson cleared. He's had men in his face.
Frankie Winters is one of those guys that always gets his hands up underneath you.
Favre. Pass complete. I don't know how, to Antonio Freeman. The ball was hit on the way to Freeman. He still made the catch.
He was watching Antonio Freeman all the way.
Packer first down at the Carolina 38. Brett looks right, throws left. Pass complete, another first down. Freeman again.
Go in there, you have the first down like you say, but you just can't grab the guy. They're going to see that right in the middle of the run.
Flag on the play as Favre pulls it down, throws for Mays, who makes the catch. Touchdown.
And there's a flag on the play, but I think the flag is against the Panthers.
I
think that was one of those free plays.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Favre is jumping up and down.
Yeah, Brett Favre knew it.
Look at this catch. That's hands.
Yeah, and Brett Favre throws it where either Mays is going to catch it or no one catches it.
Anthony Johnson is the lone setback this time, and Collins drops to throw. It's caught, I believe. Yes, it is. By Muhammad. And it looks like he's short of a first down. Confidence, and he's in command. He's a delight. Favre. Pass is picked off. Panther touchdown by Eric Davis.
That's great. Eric Davis was the guy that was beaten by Derek Mays just a little while ago. He gave up 6 and he went right back and got his 6.
Well, he feels now he can play man-to-man on each side and do some tricks.
Yeah, and he loves to do the tricks. The tricks, of course, being blitzing. The better your corners, the more blitzing you can do.
Here comes Favre. He'll run for the first down. And more. Out to the 35.
Here's a matchup that I'm talking about right there. And this is when it's big, 2nd and long.
Blitz coming. They pick it up. And Favre gets it to Brooks. First down in Carolina territory. Eric Select was the man. And that's Raymond Harris, and he won't get the first.
That's the second time that happened. Remember earlier, or 2, I wouldn't be surprised if he just keeps it himself.
Behind Frank Winters. Raymond Harris to the left side. And he might have squirmed enough.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because his knee was down about 2 yards before the marker. He's going to come up to this side. Brady's going to come and make the play, but they're going to spot it. See, the knee is right there, and it's where the ball is when the knee went down.
They don't make it.
Oh. I'll tell you, that has been some great short yardage defense in this first half by this Carolina Panther team. Carolina leading.
Hard to throw it. The blitz is coming. Just does get rid of it. Chamora across midfield. Chamora out of bounds.
Look, he just boom, boom. He knocks him about 3 yards back, and there's no way you can run when that happens to your center.
Collins going deep, and the pass is caught by Ishmael. The Packers
just kind of a lost year, 7 and 9, and nothing went his way.
Anthony Johnson was the lone setback. Collins gets it out to him. Gets it out to Johnson. He doesn't come close to the first down, but they're in field goal range.
On the passing game from Reggie White in this first half.
Not in regard to pressure. Casey good again.
I'll say this, that the Carolina Panthers have caused the Packers to do that.
Favre. Still on his feet is Derek Mays. Down to the 20.
Oh, Slinger slung one.
2 tight ends set up this time for Green Bay. They go for the fade. Tyrone Davis touchdown.
They didn't learn that. The thing that Mike Holmgren was worried. Every time we put Tyrone Davis in, he's involved in the play. That time again, and they've done that early in the game. They split him out here. You need about 30 more yards of field position.
Got to get him in range. 16 out of 26. Favre, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Looks one way, looks the other way, and he is taken down by Kevin Green.
What's this one? I mean, they just got him up there. That's a maul job up there. He didn't get past midfield.
That's the end of the first half with the score Green Bay 20, Carolina 20. Fox NFL Sunday will continue with JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris in the Visa halftime report after these messages.
But if it's incomplete, then you end up with a 2nd, 3rd, and long situation.
Like now. Reggie White. Collins taken down by Reggie White.
They were talking about how Norberto
for Green Bay right at midfield. Favre is back to throw. Has time. Lofts it for Henderson, who makes the grab in the first down. McGuire just hit number 69. That's switching to another sport. Favre fakes, goes to Freeman, and that's the first down. Davis.
There's Davis right there. I think I'd kind of watch him.
I think I would too. That's Freeman. You better watch him all the time. Well, what a story that is. Favre. His 4th touchdown pass, and what a story that is. Mays made the touchdown catch.
Yeah, Brett Favre made that throw. Mays was falling down. But when you have a guy coming to your back, you just have to throw it down.
Especially if it's number 92. Collins incomplete. Pass is picked off. Intercepted by Craig Newsome. Bounced off the intended receiver.
But you don't want to be very good in that if you're the quarterback. That doesn't want to be one of your skills.
That's Raymond Harris. It's just a couple. The ball is loose under the pile.
Yeah, I think
the Panthers have it back. Dom Capers delighted. Mike Barrow came up with a football.
For the 2nd time in a row. The 2nd week in a row. See who made that hit, though? That was Jeff Brady. I mean, he was the guy that Derek Mays got that touchdown on.
Darren Sharper takes his place. Collins, incomplete. 8:25 or 6:25 rather left in the 3rd quarter. And Favre back to throw it again. Underneath to Henderson. Got a lot of miles out of that play today.
Last week and decided they weren't going to sign any of them, and maybe if they do, it's going to be Ironhead Hayward.
Bring a big truck. Derek Mays makes the catch.
And when he gets up here, he's really in a mismatch with a big tackle like Ross Verba.
Just the opposite of Kevin Green. Favre has Chamorro down at the Carolina 30. 3rd and 3, 2 tight ends. Here comes the blitz again. Favre sees it coming, incomplete. Freeman yelling for pass interference to be called.
So is Brett Favre. He's all the way down on the 10-yard line yelling.
41 yards out is Longwell.
Are you going to call that?
And when they shake hands with a holder, you know it was good.
Dom Capers coming in, and they really have built something that gives them a great foundation.
3rd and short. Lane gets the carry, and he won't get it. Packers defensive unit swarms all over him.
Yeah,
lost a yard.
Yeah,
Favre would like some more. His pass is picked off by Brady.
Jeff Brady's been around a lot of plays today. You know, he had that one close to Derek Mays in the end zone. He's thrown to Mark Chmura enough. Let me just get over here and see if I can do something about it. And here he does. He starts to throw it out, and Jeff Brady just comes up underneath that thing.
I think Chmura hit it and kept it in the air long enough. In the past couple of years have come out of North Carolina.
You know, he wasn't a defensive end. He was a defensive tackle, which I think was an advantage.
Collins lost the ball.
I think Collins lost more than the ball, Pat. I think about.
But for the interceptions and the fumble by Raymond Harris, the Packers could have a lot more. And a couple of key penalties.
Penalties decline. 4th down.
Well, this Packers secondary has really done a good job. You know,
for John Casey. Far enough, plenty far enough. And good from 56 yards.
That was really interesting because the Panthers were going to punt. They tried to take too much time. The Packers didn't take it, so they said, if you don't take it, we'll kick it. And they kicked it and got the 3 points.
Favre, blitz coming. Favre found Chamorro. Carolina 23. Mays goes in motion. Favre goes to Mays. And Mays is going to score. Derek Mays, 3rd of the day.
You wouldn't even, you tell a quarterback, don't do that. Don't throw across the field. It's always intercepted. Only Brett Favre. Enough receivers to really cope with 6 defensive backs.
Anthony Johnson, the setback. Collins, Ismail.
Running and be a better balanced offense.
3rd and 10. Collins will get the first down to Anthony Johnson.
Here, I think you just start attacking the end zone right now because they need to score an onside kick.
Carrier holds on. Good catch, good throw.
With 4 minutes and 30 seconds that they have to get into their hurry-up offense now. They do have 2 timeouts, but you don't want to use them now. You want to get that score.
Collins back. Touchdown. Mohsin Mohammed. And all of a sudden, the Packers don't have this one put away.
You say that he loses confidence. There's Mohsin Mohammed. And you see he's just going to come out. He's going to make an out move there. The ball is thrown perfectly. And then he knows once on these next 2 downs.
2nd and 8. Packers leading by a touchdown, 37-30. Here's Favre. He's looking. And he slides. The Carolina Panthers.
Well, Mike Holmgren knows he was in a dogfight last week against Cincinnati. He's in another one right here.
Favre has a lot of time for once. And now he's got a chance to take off. There's a flag on the play. He won't get the first down. Thought he had it, but ducked under too quick. McGuire has just hit number 70. 70 home runs in a year. A season. 3rd and 20. Favre drops back to throw it. Gets it outside to Henderson, who dribbles it out of bounds.
Collins has to think here. The first thing you need a first down.
Chased by McKenzie. Fires it out of bounds.
The Packers have had good coverage.
And here it is right now. 0 for 5 on conversions, 4th down. Collins comes out of there again and fires. Walls! Mark Carrier makes the catch.
That's his first one, and that was his toughest one. He was going to the left, throwing across his body, back to the right, hit him in the middle.
Got the first down.
He has to remember that. See here, watch. He starts to run to his left and stops and throws back across his body to the right to Mark Carrier. He sits up there the whole 60 minutes of the game.
You're so right. Carrier pass complete. He got his first down.
See, so now they can get up there. Now they run a play here.
Got to. 30 seconds left. Pass caught by Walls, and that's the first down.
Now he can run up and spike it.
Now he's got to spike it. 20 seconds left. 20 seconds to go, and he stops the clock with 17 left.
2nd down or force anything on 3rd down.
You look around the stadium, Ericsson Stadium, and there are a lot of empty seats. A lot of people left, and a lot of those left were the ones that a few minutes ago were booing. Here's Collins. Gets it up to the middle of the field to Johnson, and he's going to have to spike it again if he has time.
That's the thing that is tough. He had to throw it in the end zone.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. Stopped it. 2 seconds left.
Yeah, see, he lost at least 1 play doing that. So now, this play here, they're either going to win the game or they're going to be looking at overtime.
And they don't want to be looking at overtime. That's Broughton in motion. Collins drops. Collins chased. Bouncing around. Incomplete. And that'll do it. Oh, so close. A valiant comeback attempt. So for John Madden, this is Pat Summerall saying so long from Charlotte, where the final score is Green Bay 37, Carolina 30.